Don't forget to like, subscribe and share the videos.
Hello all, welcome to Ganesh IAS Academy. This is the special session. In this session, we are going to discuss about the previous year UPSC Mains economic question. Okay, so let's begin the session. Yes, this was a question asked in 2021. It is a 10-mark question, 150 words question. It is one of the easiest question because it is only speaking about the micro irrigation and the water crisis. So the question is, how and to what extent would micro irrigation help in solving the India's water crisis? So here the keyword is micro irrigation. This is the first keyword. Second keyword is water crisis. So these are the major keywords. So the question is, what it is saying is, how and to what extent would the micro irrigation helps in solve the India's water crisis? So which means, if you are going to follow the micro irrigation practices in your farming activities, then how it is going to reduces the water need or else the water crisis, which means now India is facing certain water crisis due to the issue of drought or else due to the break in the monsoons. Due to that, there is certain water crisis. How this micro irrigation going to solve this water crisis? So the first part, when it comes to the micro irrigation, it is purely speaking about the farming activities. But at the same time, when it comes to the water crisis, it is not only speaking about the irrigation or farming, but also it is speaking about the water crisis faced by the humans, which means the quality of the water, that is also the thing that is connected to the water crisis. The quality of the water and the quantity of the water. So the availability and also accessibility and also the quality of the water. So that is the thing about speaking in the water crisis. So when it comes to micro irrigation, it is only speaking about the farming. When it comes to water crisis, it is not only about the farming practices but also the needs of the Indian people. So the availability for the human needs. So that is the thing about the water crisis. So you have to think in that perspective also, based on which only you can give the intro part. So that is more important. For example, if you are going to give the intro about the water crisis, means you have to go with certain data, or else you can simply say what is micro irrigation. So you can simply say what is micro irrigation. For example, micro irrigation means it is a modern day practices. It is use the water in a more wise manner using the certain technologies like sprinklers or a drip irrigations. So that is about the micro irrigation. Okay. So or else you can, if you are going to give the intro about the water crisis, means you just go with certain data like composite water management index report, saying that it is a report released by the Niti Aayog. It says that 600 million Indians faces high to extreme water stress and about 2 lakh people die every year due to the inadequate access to safe water. So which means inadequate in the water, okay, and also inadequate in the safe water. So the quality and the quantity of the water. So that is the thing. So it is better to go with any definitions. So you can give with certain data of composite water management index, or simply you can say about what is micro irrigation. So here you can give two intros related to either micro irrigation or else the water crisis. Or else you can give the another data. India has 80% of the world population, but just 4% of the water resources. So in that also you can give the intro. So which means you are indirectly saying about the water crisis. So if you are going to reduce the need for the water in the farming activities, means then it will overcome the issues, overcome the issue of the water crisis faced by the humans or else the India's population. So by the way, you can say that if you are going to focus on the micro irrigation, that will reduces the water need for the farming activities, that will overcome the water crisis faced by the Indian population, and also it will provide the safe water availability for the India's population. So adequacy will be addressed. So by the way, the micro irrigation is going to help. So in such a way, you have to give the intro and then you have to add the points like, so what is micro irrigation? Means it is a modern method of irrigation by which water irrigated through the drippers, sprinklers or foggers or by other emitters on the surface or the subsurface of the land. So how this thing is going to reduces the water loss? So that is more important. For example, normally India we practices the thing called as flood irrigation, which means there will be the land, in that land we will flood the water into it and then we will do the farming activities. We will sow a seed and then the seed will grow and it will be like the infant crop. Then it at the matured stage only you will just make the land dry and then you will go for a harvest. So more than around 70% of that cultivation process, the land will be flooded. So if that thing is going to happen means, then there is a issue of the evaporation loss. So in the daytime there is a issue of the evaporation loss. Next issue is seepage loss. Okay, so these are the major issues that is affecting the irrigated land. So if you are going to address these issues means, then you can easily overcome the issue of the water crisis faced in India. So that is the major idea. So earlier what the government did is, to overcome these crises, they provided the subsidized electricity at the night time. So based on that thing, if the farmer is going for any flood irrigation practices means, they will use the electricity at the night time and they will provide the water to that field. So the idea is so simple, to reduces the evaporation loss. But even though they did it, there are certain issues. Still the flooded water, flooded irrigated land is going to expose in the sunlight at the daytime. So to overcome that thing, there is a new idea is called as micro irrigation. It is the idea gave by the Israel. So here what they will do is, they will provide the water in the root. So by the way, they can overcome the issue of the evaporation loss and also the seepage loss. So the idea is so simple. So based on the need, they will provide the water to the roots. If the any crop that is need a humid environment means, they will go for a sprinklers. For example, certain vegetable crops, they need the humid environment, humid micro environment. For that, they will go for a sprinklers or else a fogger. When it comes to the sugarcane, that need the sugarcane, the crop need more of water supply to their roots. So for that, they will go for a drip irrigation. So this is the major idea about the micro irrigation. By the way, they will reduces the water usages or the water loss happening in the irrigation or else the farming activities. So the idea is so simple. So it will improve the water use efficiency. Yes, obviously. For example, if it is the flood irrigation means, then it will be lead to the very low water use efficiency. But when it comes to the drip irrigation means, the efficiency will be around 95%. Next, reduces the flood irrigation, obviously that is going to happen. Reduces the seepage loss, reduces the evaporation loss, and per drop more crop is going to happen. So that is the initiative of this micro irrigation project. So these are the major idea. By that, we can easily overcome the water crisis what we are facing. So this is the idea now we are following by the most of the farming activities in India, but there is a issue. When it comes to the micro irrigation, the major challenge is the cost we are going to spend. Okay, so initial cost. So to create a sprinklers or to create a drip irrigation means we need to spend a lot. So in India, more than 80% of the India's farmers are small and marginal farmers. In such a scenario, how they will spend 1 to 2 lakh of rupees on their land? That is the major crisis. That is the major issue. So next issue is the maintenance cost. When it comes to the drip irrigation means the issue of holes will be the holes will be blocked by the holes will be blocked by the soils or else the fungus. So that is going to happen. So what they have to do is periodically they have to change the pipelines. So if they are going to do that means that is also lead to the major cost they have to spend. So in India, there is more of the small and marginal farming means how they will be going to do that. The affordability of these things is more huge. So that is going to affect the farmer to spend on these micro irrigation projects. But what the government is doing is they are providing subsidies. Still, it is not reaching the roots of the rural area, but still the government is trying to do that. So in conclusion, you can say that the awareness about the micro irrigation need to be spread. At the same time, the government need to increase the subsidies related to the micro irrigation. By the way, we can overcome the water crisis faced by the India. So in such a way, you have to conclude it. Okay. Thank you.